In 1989 and 1990, there were numerous sightings of a UFO in Belgium by more than 2,000 civilians and numerous police patrols. It was a triangular object with 3 lights at the top and 1 in the centre. It was flying silently at very low altitude, just above the ground.
We're all trying to find answers. We all know there's something happening. We've known it for many, many years, and we've been slowly but surely gleaning information which is leading us to a conclusion which we are going to, without doubt, come to in very, very quick time. We are going to know the answer to this. Make no mistake about it, ladies and gentlemen, in very, very quick time. Of that I'm in no doubt. Things are building up so fast now in all parts of the world. The authorities are not going to be able to keep this thing down much longer. They've done a hell of a good job over the last few years, but they just cannot keep this thing down much longer. What I intend to do today, initially, I'm going to play an audio tape to you of an interview I did with a Belgian F-16 pilot who was, amongst his friends over in Belgium, scrambled to intercept UFOs over Belgium. These were the giant triangles which Belgium were getting about 91, 92. I've had this, he came to my home with an English fighter pilot, and they allowed me to do an interview with him and record it, but at that time I wasn't permitted to release it. I have now been given the go-ahead that this thing can be released. This pilot has cleared it with his own side, his own country, and so I thought it would be something worthwhile for you to listen to on how these F-16s were scrambled, that these things are real UFOs, and that they are intelligently controlled vehicles. If we put the tape on now, please. You will see some footage of taken in Belgium of these triangular objects at this particular time.
Something like that. What I actually spotted lots of people was a kind of triangular thing. With these things really big spotted lights which showed downwards. That was really the shape how everybody explained it actually.
Yeah, triangular with the light on each corner.
Yeah.
On each point, yeah.
So really hovering around at really, like we said, 30 feet or what, really low.
Yeah.
And just going away. Then the Belgians, they began to take things a bit more seriously, and I was at that time, I was based in Liege, which is on F-16s, a fighter base. And we have always a QRA with 2 F-16s ready to scramble within 10 minutes after an emergency call. What happened was they began to take things more seriously, and I had already some colleagues who were scrambled. Just people saw it on the ground, reported to the police. The police reported it to our base, and then we always scrambled. Every scramble happened, let's say, about 9 to 10 o'clock in the evening. So it was always dark.
Yeah.
And some colleagues of mine, well, they got already some intercepts, and then it was about my turn actually. So in the evening, just we got scrambled. Clear day, very nice weather, but very foggy on very low levels. We got scrambled. I straight had the feeling, well, this is for real, because it was really too foggy to do an exercise.
Sure.
So, but anyway, you get scrambled and one's airborne. You always fly in pair with a 2-ship, and then you get the instructions, and then, well, they gave us the vectors for where the target was, which was in this case, well, this thing, unidentified flying object. We went to there, and we got it eventually very, very nice on the radar. The radar picture, well, I'm sure you'll get the cassette later on. I'll give the phone number next week via doc. It gives the altitude, it gives the speed, the direction, everything you need to know what the UFO is doing actually. At the time we picked it up, it was low to medium level. I mean with that from 1,000 feet to 10,000 feet, was about 5,000 feet actually. Very, very slow speed. and well, almost hovering in fact, and just traveling a bit 50 knots or what, very at ease.
What range was?
The range was eventually when we picked it up 30 miles out, 40 miles out. Then we got an initial search, and at 30 miles out we definitely had a lock on the thing. We closed in, and what happened with the other colleagues as well is it stays very calm, and you always get the feeling it has everything under control. Till it says, well, now it's enough, and always happened. I think with me it was about 18 miles out that the thing just decides, okay, this is enough. Get an increase of airspeed from 50 to 100 miles an hour straight to, well, let's say Mach 8, Mach 9, Mach 10, incredibly. And the altitude, well, it went from 5,000 feet straight up to 60, 70,000 foot just in a split seconds. At that moment, of course, well, we got it initially. You see the reaction on the radar, and then just brake locks because it can't really follow that.
Yeah.
And that was it. We came back. I straight had to handgun, of course, the tape, and
Sure.
that's actually what happened in a few words.
Can you get any indication of size from your radar screen of
No.
the target? You can't do that.
No, because the size, well, because if we, well, blip is a blip, and
Sure.
we can put the angle of the radar really downwards. We can even pick up cars.
I see.
So
I see.
it's
Yeah.
really.
So it could have been very large. It could have been.
Yeah, the amazing thing is the call comes from people on the ground to say, well, because actually the thing I was searching for was pretty close to the town of Liege, and people saw it on the ground. Well, they estimate people on the ground who saw it. Well, it's really a huge thing.
Yeah.
Well, like we discussed before, they're all quite huge, quite big.
Yeah.
And well, no messing about, because the initial vectors we got was from the sightings on the ground, and then we picked it up on radar. So we were definitely talking about this triangular shaped thing.
Right. And was it, from your point of view, did it appear to be under intelligent control?
Well, like I said, it really knew what was going on, because it sits there, it waits till we approach, till 20 miles out, and then it says, okay, this is close enough, guys, we are gone. So you really have the feeling, I had that feeling that night, well, we are just chasing after something that's really playing with us and that has complete control of everything.
Slides, please. I don't know whether you all heard it plainly, ladies and gentlemen. That's only a part of the interview. But I think the pertinent points of the interview are that, first of all, as far as they were concerned, the ground radar had got the object, the aircraft radar had got the object, excuse me. It allows them to get so close to it, then suddenly jumps from 13,000 feet to 60 to 70,000 feet in 1 second. And I think another pertinent point which he mentioned was that they appear to be in control. They're playing games with our aircraft, which is very interesting. And this obviously was just one incident which we were talking about, but he did talk about many other incidents involving other fighter planes who were playing this cat and mouse game with these strange UFOs, and they certainly say that they are the triangular ones.
Belgian Air Force General Charles de Bruer held a press conference on the 18th of December 1989 to confirm that they had intercepted UFOs. His written report states, "There were no signs of danger. The mystery of their origin remains, but the phenomena exists. It is real."
The night 30 and 31st March, we had an observation on the radar, and in addition, a visual observation on the ground confirmed by the police. We decided to send 2 airplanes in the air around midnight.
This video of the F-16's radar track of the object showed the performance of a vehicle of a totally unknown origin. The Air Force were at a complete loss to explain their findings. A press conference was called.
What these pilots detected was well outside the normal flying envelope of an airplane. Sometimes they had what we call lock-ons, which gave a parameters varying from speeds between 150 knots till 990 knots. An acceleration which occurred in a few seconds. These speeds would be impossible to tolerate for a human being. That's a first point. The second point is the visual observations always describe a system, a machine, which hangs and hovers above the surface at quite a low altitude without making any noise. Now, with the current technology, that will be impossible.